its long history, house number 2 has definitely gone up in the world. Originally built as home to some hard-working workers for a local estate, it's now been restored, refurbished, and generally poshed up a bit. This charming and delightful country cottage is set in a stunning location on the edge of Downhill Forest. It was recently rethatched and renovated by owner Dr. Jenny Gilmore and her parents. It's a bit of a work in progress, as one end of the cottage has already been extended, with plans to build out further. Inside, Jenny has retained the cosy cottage feel without compromising on her modern comforts. I mean, this is absolutely enchanting. It's like a kind of a fairy tale cottage in the woods. Why do you think it's so unique? Why do you think this is a House of the Year?
I think because it's made something of what is a very historically interesting little house, and it's my home, and it's somewhere that I can enjoy, my family can enjoy, and that it's, you know, it's different. It's got something that other houses don't have, and I think set in the area that it's set in, it's just got so many plus points for me.
That is what's so lovely, is that, you know, from outside it does look quite heritage-ish.
Yeah.
And if there was a sign on the corner saying that it was Granny Warbley's Fudge Pantry, you wouldn't really be surprised. But it's nice, actually, when you turn the corner, to see you've done some quite modern things with the long panels of glass. You've made it 21st century. This is definitely 21st century.
It was fairly poor state when we bought it. Slate floors and rough stone walls. The fireplace is not the original, but that was based on some of the fireplaces in the Ulster American Folk Park. Myself and my dad went and took a few sketches of what the fireplaces were like down there to try and get it right. Yeah. But then, I should say, other things are modern.
Very you.
And yeah.
I'm sure everybody asks you, but is it haunted?
Hope not.
It could be.
Yeah, it could be.
We could arrange that. But let's find out what Des thinks about your cottage.
Okay.
Now, I know he's out here somewhere. In fact, I think he might be thatch spotting. Des. So, Des, are you a thatch fancier?
Thatch I like. I like the colour of this house. They've been brave, they've covered the stone and they've given it a bit of colour.
I mean, this is what's quite funny, isn't it? Because people get very overexcited about exposed stone and exposed woodwork, but actually, originally, you wouldn't do that, would you?
No.
You'd sort of neaten it up a bit and make it look a bit nicer.
Yeah, and there's not enough colour in this country. Too many grey houses.
Yeah.
They've been brave, they put a bit of colour to it. I like the colour they put on the windows, and they've got the gravel right. And the gravel matches the dog.
Yes.
It's great.
It's all terribly coordinated, isn't it? And what about the extension? Because they've worked very hard there to make that as discreet as possible.
Yeah.
Is that a bit of a missed opportunity for you? Would you have liked something a bit more... Ooh.
Well, it's along the roadside, so maybe what they did was correct. I think maybe if they're going to do something a little bit funkier, put that at the back and just make it different from here, make it a contrast.
Could you see yourself with a pipe and slippers in there?
No. No, I couldn't.
Actually, I struggle with the pipe and the slippers. But you're not a cottagey kind of guy, are you?
I couldn't live in it because I can't see out. There is no contrast. There needs to be a little bit of a view somewhere. It's all cosy, which is lovely and great, but not all the time.
OK, well, there we are. On a personal level, no. But on a professional level, yes. Yeah. OK. I am now going to find out what Suzanne thinks in the sitting room. There really isn't much space, but it's very conveniently done. Now, what do you think about this kind of very romantic fairy tale cottage?
I think it's a beautiful restoration. They've really sort of enhanced the property, taken it back and given it new life, given it a little bit of a contemporary feel. I love the light. I love the windows both sides, the sense of light that you get from the east and the west. I love the shelving, the way they've used that old wood. I think that's very successful. The old-fashioned colours are good. The thing that worries me is the fact the fittings, the lights and the poles aren't rustic enough. I feel they're a bit new.
But generally speaking, it's the sort of place that you think is you know, she's definitely gone in the right direction.
Absolutely. I think it's a lovely, restful place. I love the cast iron bed. I like all the attention to bringing back the kind of old style living. I think that's done very well, and it's very homely, it's very casual, very relaxing place, and a beautiful setting.
The atmosphere has seduced you. Let's see what Michael thinks about the use of space and its commerciality. I believe he's through there. These doors are nice, I think. These old wooden doors.
Yeah, very nice.
Now, this is rather adventurous, isn't it? This is rather sort of exciting to be able to squeeze another level in there.
It's a great use of space, isn't it?
Isn't it? Isn't it?
And so surprising. From the outside,
Yeah.
you expect it to be sort of low ceilings and crouching down, but actually when you come in here, it's really opened up.
There is a convention for selling houses based on the number of bedrooms, which is something that doesn't happen in America or continental Europe. Would you accept this as being 2 separate bedrooms?
Oh, no, no.
Oh, no.
No.
No, he says.
The sort of people who are going to be living here, probably it's going to be a single person or a couple who would
Yes.
live in a house like this. But I would say they'd have a lot of visitors, so it's always handy to have that extra accommodation.
A lot of entertaining.
Exactly, yeah.
But it's very, I mean, it's got a huge amount of charm, this place, hasn't it? Let's go and have a look up here.
Definitely.
And that, I mean, that's very ingenious. I would be slightly concerned about having a bit of a nightmare and
Toppling
rolling
off. Well, I think you'd have had a soft landing.
So, there we are, house number 2. Jenny's very romantic re-evocation of a fairy tale cottage. Its fate to be decided by the judges.